when you get into trouble, your first inclination is to run. And I want to suggest you should run, but you should run to your Father, not away from your problems. Come on, you should run to the right place, amen. You should run to safety. You see, one of the things that I did, I was so grateful when I look back, was I ran to the church. I ran to some of those older brothers. I ran to some brothers that was around that had some gray hair. How many know there's some wisdom in some gray heads, amen? There's some real wisdom in some bald heads. Come on, come on. There's some wisdom around here. See, you see, a lot of times what I didn't understand, because when I was feeling so much shame and feeling like, oh my God, I'm going through, I started to talk. I found out I wasn't the only one going through what I was going through. And what the devil would love for you to do is isolate by yourself and to feel like you're the only one. But come on, how many know there's safety in counsel and in the multitude of others? Come on, you find out, come on, that there's hope when you find out that other people have gone through. And I started to get some wisdom in my life. And I'm so glad that I got that wisdom. You see, because here's the challenge. Our pull, our normal tendency is isolation. In 2011, the UN issued a call for the end of solitary confinement in prison. Because what they found with the research is that when somebody goes into solitary confinement, it causes all sorts of problems in their life. It causes all sorts of mental health issues. It causes depression and anxiety. It causes paranoia, hallucinations. In fact, they find that a person that spends a lot of time in solitary confinement, when they come out, the effect of solitary confinement still continues on in their mind. And what they realized was when you're doing this, you actually are destroying a person well after the incident of solitary confinement happens. And the crazy thing about this is that when we look at solitary confinement, that's why the UN said we have to put an end to this, because we consider it torture, it's cruel, and it's inhumane. And the interesting thing is exactly what we do to ourselves. We put ourselves in solitary confinement. But the thing is, we use Instagram to do it. We put ourselves in solitary confinement, but we use social media and we use everything possible so that we don't have to interact with everybody else. Come on, we put ourselves at a place where we don't, you get to the point now, there used to be a time that if you wanted to buy something, you had to talk to a person. Does anybody remember those days? Anybody remember when you actually went to stores? Anybody remember that? Anybody? And you had to talk to humans and stuff. You don't have to do that anymore. You can go through the drive-thru and talk to a robot if you need to. You go to a kiosk and punch everything in that you want. You get to the point where you don't have to shop, by going out. You don't have to work by going out. Amen. Thank God for work from home. But you don't have to go out and talk to people. Amen. And if you're not careful, you can live your life in your own box. And here's the problem with that box. You start to create echo chambers, and you listen to anybody that agrees with you. You start to create echo chambers. And all of a sudden, you might not realize it, but you slowly start to lose it. How many know if you get by yourself too long, you will mess yourself up? And the thing is, you see, some of us, we justify it. We talk about we're protecting our peace. We say, well, here's the thing. I'm not letting anybody disturb, who I am. I don't have friends. I have acquaintances. And here's the problem. God designed you for community. You see, God created Adam, and he said, Adam, it's not that you're a problem. It's not good. The problem is not that you're not good, but it's not good that you're alone. It's not good for you to just be by yourself. And I need to put you around somebody else, somebody that's going to speak into your life. Now, here's the thing. It's a package deal to be with somebody. You see, Paul, like I said, I wish everybody would be like me, single, because when you're married, you have problems. And Paul was like, listen, I'm just trying to give you some understanding that when a family comes in, it's a package deal. Because not only when Eve showed up, did Adam have to make decisions with her, but then the truth is, that's when things changed, because that's when the fruit got bitten, and that's when destiny changed for whole humanity. Adam's kids was a train wreck. His son murdered his brother out of jealousy. You see, he wasn't ready for that kind of smoke. He had some drama in his life with his family. How many know family's going to bring some drama? Come on, you thought your family was bad, amen? But here's the thing. God still designed that for a purpose. God put that crazy family around you for a reason. And by the way, it's easy to call your cousin crazy, but how many of you got some crazy inside yourself too? Come on, tell your neighbor, he's talking about you now. He's talking about you. I know right now. He's all up in your kitchen now. Because we all got challenges, we all got issues with working out, and God designed that for a reason, which means we got to find what the reason is. We got to go a little bit deeper, amen? You see, here's the thing. when we understand that isolation is not God's purpose, because God, now here's the thing that I find interesting. God makes everything, right? He makes the animals 2 by 2 and everything else. He creates Adam by himself. He says, go ahead and name the animals, and then says it's not good for him to be alone. So God knew that he was going to create Eve from the beginning. My question is, why didn't he just create Eve in the first place? Why go through this whole thing? Why even take this whole moment to point out the fact that it's not good for him to be alone? And I believe it's for this purpose, so that we can ask this question right now, and we can learn something about ourselves and about God. You see, because here's the thing. If you're not careful, you might think it's all about you. And God has to take your attention and realize, no, it's about something bigger than yourself.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe so you can stay connected, and join us online as we stream Sundays at 11 a.m.